Working with dates and times in Python requires use of the datetime object. And I've given you a reference here for the datetime object. And one of the things you'll find in that reference is a list of different ways of formatting dates and times. And we'll look at that in a minute. But you don't need to memorize these things. You can always look those up. And so you'll find this information at this website. So here's my datetime demo Py file. I imported datetime. I'm going to put that reference there. And then I set current as a variable to datetime.datetime.now. And that gets the date and time according to the system clock. If you just wanted the date, you could use datetime.datetime.today as a method. And I'm going to print current. That will print the datetime object as a specific string based on the code for that datetime object. But we can modify that using the strftime, stands for string format time, method of that object. And in the parentheses for that method, we specify a directive. That directive is a string, and it contains references to how we want to format that data of the datetime object. So a %C, you can see down here, is the local version of date and time. It's a little bit on the strange side, I think, because it gives you the abbreviated day, the abbreviated month, the calendar date, and then the time, and then the year. I'm not sure why they didn't put the time at the end of that. But if you want to display this just as the month / day / year as 4 digits for the year, you can use a %lowercase m / %lowercase d / %uppercase y. And the uppercase y gives us the 4-digit year. The lowercase y would just give us the last 2 digits. And you can create your own types of strings here. So %uppercase A will give us the weekday as far as the full day, Thursday, Sunday. And then I did a hyphen and a space. And then the uppercase B is the full name of the month. %lowercase d is going to be the calendar date as far as 1 through 31, comma, and then the 4-digit year. And then here I just did a time. So I did a %I, and that is the hour of a 12-hour clock. If you used %H, that'd be a 24-hour clock. %uppercase M is the minute. %uppercase S is the seconds. And I did a space and %lowercase p, which is going to be the AM or PM. And you can actually format time down to a microsecond, which is 1/1,000,000th of a second. All right, let's do a couple more things with our datetime object. By the way, I have import datetime. We could have done from datetime, import datetime. Import datetime imports the library. And so here we're calling the library and the class datetime as part of that library. But if we do from datetime, that's going to import from the library that specific class datetime. And now I can shorten this up and just say current equals date now. But what if I want to set this to a specific date? Well, instead of the .now, we can call a constructor. And in that constructor, I can pass it the year, the month as a number, and the day. So let's set this equal to, no, rather than current, let's set it equal to Christmas. And I'm just going to change things here a little bit. Let's just print out just that Christmas date, and we're going to get the day of the week that it falls on. And I need to change current here to Christmas. If I run this, we're going to see the day of the week, hyphen, and then the month, the day, and the year. And there then is our project running. Now let's do some math. I'm going to go back to current equals datetime dot now. And let's find out how many days are left until Christmas. So days left is going to equal Christmas minus current. And here we'll say today is. I'm going to format that placeholder as current.strftime. And here again, I'm going to just get the month / day / year. And then finally, we will print there are, put placeholder in again, days until Christmas. And we'll format that as days left. Now I'm going to make a slight change here, but let me run it and I'll show you what happens if I don't specify the unit that I want for that math. So I'm going to run this. A little typo there. So I'm getting there are 25 days, and then I'm getting the time days until Christmas. I don't want that. I just want to say 25 days. So I can specify using dot notation that I want a days unit for my days left math. And I'm going to run this again. And this time I get there are 25 days until Christmas. Okay, so that's how we can work with datetime objects, format them to be represented by different strings, and do some date math. If you just jumped into this video and haven't seen the prior videos to this, I invite you to check out my Python playlist of videos. And if you'd like to be alerted to future videos that I create, you can click my picture up in the top right and subscribe to the channel.